The following feature presentation is part of the Skywalking Network.
Now listen to me, Caesar. There can be only one talking chimpanzee on Earth. The child of the two talking apes.
20 years back from the year, Senor Mando, when the two talking apes arrived on Earth.
And we believe that the male and female talking apes have come to us out of the future.
A month before the talking apes arrived on Earth.
From now on, you have but one assignment: to find that talking ape.
He's a performing ape for my circus.
A talking ape? That idiot!
This chimpanzee...
Get out of retraction immediately. Announce that the talking ape has been apprehended and put to death.
Hello to all you beady-eyed chimps, yellow-suited gorillas, bell-shaped orangutans, and you damn dirty, well-defined humanoids. And that has never been more appropriate than what you're going to see in this issue coming up. We are back after a very short summer break, so have fun with this episode. It's going to be a blast. I am Richard Woloski, and I want to welcome you back to Talking Apes. This is your Planet of the Apes podcast, where over the last 9 years, yes, our 9th anniversary is coming up on September the 26th, so I guess you can say this is our anniversary episode.
Happy anniversary! Yeah!
Now, in the past, on Talking Apes, we have covered the classic Apes era. We've broken down live-action TV series, animated TV series. We've talked to actors, authors, and the fan community. And now we are going through the original Planet of the Apes comics. But now, everyone, please say hello to my co-host, the Maurice Evans, the Booth Coleman, the Dr. Zayas of Talking Apes. Everyone, please rise for Mr. Kevin Toft. Hey, Kevin.
Greetings, my simian friends. Welcome to the podcast. Don't do anything heretical today, Richard, or I'll bury you up to your neck in bananas. Ha 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 ha.
You brought props today, didn't you?
Well, you know, I figured it's better to have visual aids when you can get them, right?
If I had known you were going to bring toys, I would have brought my own toys.
Oh, Dr. Zayas has to be present at each and every podcast. It's a rule here, so I always keep them right by me just in case.
Note for next time.
So it's been a nice summer break. Now we're back, and more importantly, Richard, we've got to start thinking about going April, the countdown, 7 months. We've already talked about some plans. We've got more plans to make, but I really want to make this first one the best one. I want people talking about this.
Now, with what we've been talking about, what we want to give the Talking Apes out there, is 7 months enough time to plan to
We're gonna
make
find
this
out.
thing come alive, to make April come alive? Is 7 months enough time?
If we get started now. Yes. Absolutely.
All right, but let's finish the recording.
Absolutely. This is such an amazing episode too, so I'm really excited to go through this one.
Now, in this episode, we're going to continue our very colorful commentary on Marvel's adventures on the Planet of the Apes adaptation series, which ran from 1975 to 1976, and we're going to break down the third issue, the third of 6 issues, titled Manhunt, written by Doug Moench, or Monk, still don't know which one is which, with artwork by George Tuska, M. Esposito, T. Morellaro, okay, and George Roussos.
Rhesus monkeys. Russo.
I'm so sorry for butchering those names, but I've been rehearsing all day and I still can't get it. Now, Kevin, this issue, Manhunt, was released on December the 1st, 1975. Now, were you of age where you could have run down to your corner store and picked up this issue? I was 6. I was 6 years old.
Well, I could have convinced my mom to take me there. 7-Eleven was our hub. Well, I know you weren't from out here. What was your hub for all
My
things?
hub of the universe was a little store called John's. John was the man who owned it, so we always called it John's. It wasn't until like a couple of years ago that I found out the actual name of the store was the Oakley Spa. But for decades, we just always called
Wow.
it John's. My sister once said, "Oh, the Oakley Spa is gonna shut down." Like, oh, okay. What's the Oakley Spa? She never knew.
Wow.
I never knew the name of the store,
Where was
even
that?
though
In
this
Boston?
was in Newtonville, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Wow.
Yes, and even though there was a big sign that said Oakley Spa, I just never. It was like all white noise because this was the store that when you got close enough, you had to run inside. You had to run inside and see the Topps cards were over here. The comics were on the spinner rack over here. The Star Wars monthly magazines. The store
Oh,
had
wow.
everything.
Was it like a 7-Eleven?
It was a mom and pop store, so it wasn't as big as 7-Eleven. And they had some groceries
Okay,
and
yeah.
candy. So your typical 1970s corner store.
Okay.
But this place was this was my second home.
Okay.
It had everything I ever needed. Now, I at that age, at 6 years old, I was into buying comics. I had tons of Batman and Spider-Man and Archies, and I was into Planet of the Apes at this time. I just don't recall ever seeing these Apes comics on the spinner rack.
Usually I remember seeing like Captain America, Spider-Man. Those are the things I usually saw up front. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then of course when Star Wars came out, they made those large tabloid versions of the
treasuries.
Marvel. Yeah, those those were very, you couldn't miss those.
Mm-mm.
But, there was a lot going on. Video games, Slurpees, candy, there was, what can I tell you? It was the 70s and there was a lot happening.
It was the most important thing about these stores. It had a unique smell to them. And once living here in Los Angeles, I walked into a store that store had that same smell, and instantly, I was brought back to going into the John's corner store. And
Wow.
I asked the guy at the counter, what is that smell? He's like, what smell? He's been around so long. But when it was like walking into a time machine when I smelled that smell, and I still have no idea what that smell was. And
Well, it was imported obviously from Massachusetts.
yeah, yeah, maybe the store was taken from Massachusetts
The
and
smell.
relocated
You need
to
some
Los
Massachusetts. I have a whole jar of Massachusetts here. Just open it up.
Oh, if I could ever find that candle, I would put the
Yeah,
company.
right?
I would buy him out. All right, now Kevin, let's tell everyone that if you haven't ever read these issues, if you didn't get these issues on a spinner rack or at your 7-Eleven or at your corner John's store, a few months ago, these issues were released in Planet of the Apes Adventures, the original Marvel Years omnibus. This comes in a big omnibus, and in this omnibus, you get all 11 issues of the Planet of the Apes adaptation, the Beneath the Planet of the Apes adaptation, and these are reprinted in color for the first time. So I'm so excited that we're covering these issues on Talking Apes.
Absolutely fantastic.
And now we're bringing it to you, Apes. We're bringing it to you. All right, now, Kevin, let's bring up this cover art right over here. And let's talk about this.
All right.
Now, this cover art is by Ron Wilson. I love this. I love this cover. I gotta say, I love this color. Here, you see muscular gorilla soldiers. They're trying to subdue Hercules.
That's right. Yeah.
Wait, is that Hercules or is that Taylor?
I'm telling you, whoever drew this had recently seen Hercules. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
Because,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's so, I mean, if I look back at was it Steve Reeves? Is that the guy who played
Yeah.
Hercules?
Hercules.
I can't.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you look at this and go, oh, that's Taylor. Charlton Heston on his best day, is like a third of this guy's weight, in total. This guy could bench press Charlton Heston.
Yeah, and it looks nothing like maybe Charlton Heston didn't give his rights for the comic, just like with the Topps trading cards. He said, "Okay, you can put me on 6 of the cards." So maybe for these comics, I could make a note about this and look into it. Maybe he said, "No, Tom, these comics are for kids, so I don't want my acting persona to be ruined by a comic book." So maybe he told them, "You can't use my likeness." That tracks. That tracks for Charlton Heston.
But Steve Reeves, he was like, use me.
Yeah, please, please use me. You're right. Now, from up top here, we see 3 gorillas, and they're dropping a net on
Hurling.
hurling a net on Taylor, and they've missed him completely. It doesn't look like it's gonna come even close to him. And
Well, you know
Taylor
why?
says, "What's that? Why?"
Well, because look, that one in this ape over here is tackling him in the direction away from the net. It's like he's trying to save him or something. Traitor. They had him, and this ape messed everything up.
he was the intern, so we won't be seeing that ape any further issues. All right, now Taylor says, "Filthy animals, you'll never take me alive." And that one gorilla on the right, he says, "Then if we must, we'll take you in dead." And Taylor's like, "You know what? I didn't think this one through, did I?" Now I gotta say that if you're just listening to this episode of Talking Apes, go over to YouTube and watch it, because we're showing everyone all of the pages. Right now we're on the cover art, and as we go through the issue, we're gonna be bringing up the pages. So go on over there to YouTube on the Skywalking Through Neverland on the channel, and you'll see what we're talking about.
You've got to see Hercules in his banana camouflage shirt being ripped off, being tackled. You know, if you're not on YouTube, you gotta go check this out. It's worth it. Or get the omnibus. That would be another thing you could do.
You know, I would say go to where the Skywalking Through Neverland YouTube channel and watch it. I'm just trying to get people over to our Skywalking YouTube channel. All right, Kevin, with that, let's go over this cover with our Talking Apes community. Because we put this out on the Talking Apes on the Facebook group and on the page, and asked all the ape listeners, look at this cover art, tell us what you think. Now, Paul Haber, he says, "Too much talking," and they got the iconic line wrong.
Well, it's take your damn dirty hands off me. That thing, right? This dialogue never happens.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape.
I don't think the apes really have any lines in the movie, right? They capture Charlton Heston, and then they do that close up on him in the net, struggling and delivering the line. But then again, you know, we're moving to a different medium, so you have to do things.
Yeah, and you can't use the word damn on the comic cover,
because the comics code right up there.
Yeah,
by the comics
upper
code,
right. Yeah, They would never allow that. All right, David Braun. Hey, David Braun, our Facebook admin. He says, "Everybody looks buff. Must be a Planet Fitness next to the Statue of Liberty."
Planet Apes, Planet of the Fitness Apes, Planet Fitness of the Apes. There we go.
All right. Okay, Kevin, I see a project coming up for you.
I'm already doing it. I'm going to switch all these colors to purple and yellow. And
yeah, you got to Photoshop this Planet of the Fitness Apes. All right.
Done.
Patrick Izzo, he says the gorilla's gloves look suspiciously like Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh.
You know what? I think he's onto something there.
He's onto something there too, yeah. Everybody's got an Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, just don't snap. If everyone snaps, you won't just take away half the population. You'll take away
still
like
getting used
population
to their
plus.
Thumbs.
Yeah. And Patrick says, and the humans look like the 70s G.I. Joe with a kung fu grip. Did you have any of those?
Oh my God. Yeah, I think that was standard issue. That and my Steve Austin $6 Million Man. Yeah. Those were the two. Yeah, If you didn't have those, you were nowheresville.
All right. Our good friend Anthony Pomus, he says, "Wow, these apes look like a gaggle of crazed simian blueberries." Like maybe they ate one of those blueberries from Willy Wonka?
If by crazed you mean extremely buff, then yes, they look crazed.
All right, he goes on by saying, "As for the burly man captured in the net, someone must have been watching those Steve Reeves Hercules movies while drawing this." See, great minds think alike. And deep red suits seen on this cover says this is clearly a planet awash in blood. Oh, look at that red sky.
See, Anthony, we just do this. This is live. I didn't pre-read any of this. You see, so you were onto something. You and me, Anthony.
Mm-hmm. Then he says, Peter Burke for president. Keep going, ape fellas. Gotta have more Pete Burke backstory. All right, Rex Gordon says, I like it. Honestly, time to lock that human up. You know what? In this day and age, I agree, Rex. Lock all the humans up. They're doing no good.
Any relation to Flash?
Yes, second cousin.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. Just don't tell him I told you that.
Okay.
All right. Let's wrap things up with Brian Brady, who says, once again, the Steve Reeves Hercules look works as it's close enough to the George Tuska Taylor. So he knows a little bit about the George Tuska artwork. All right, Kevin, with that, let's get on to the story. Let's get into the issue, and let's see the splash page over here.
All right, here we go. Splash.
Yeah, not so much of a splash page as maybe a splash quarter page. All right, now, here, Cornelius is arguing with Zira that humans cannot write, and this must be a stunt. And as they're arguing, Taylor writes down on a piece of paper, Jefferson Public School, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
All words, they have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, and in the movie, he doesn't write this until later on with Zaius.
But well, wait a minute. Why is in the top frame? Why is Taylor wearing a Fred Flintstone outfit, and then in the next frame he's ripped it off?
Well, this is back when they're trying to cross promote.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, we're not going to show you the pages where he keeps yabba dabba doing. Yeah, we're gonna gloss right over that. I'm not even sure why they put this in the omnibus.
Who is this guy on the wall, man?
Is that the Grand Poobah?
I don't know, man. But he's like, he's look at him. He's like staring straight at the camera. Or is that a painting? I don't know. My gosh, you want to talk about crazed, Anthony? There's your crazed right there.
Nice. Now, Cornelius then says that he may be intelligent, but he's also mad. All right, let's go on to the next page right over there.
All right.
All right. Taylor holds up another card that reads, "And you're a fool." Burn. And then
sick burn.
Zira then says, "I'm beginning to think he's a marvelous judge of character, Cornelius."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you see the little plug they worked in there for themselves? He's a marvelous judge of character. I was got to go with the plugs.
Now he's going to show them a little bit about aviation.
All right. Then Taylor tries to explain that he flew there with two others, and to demonstrate flight, he makes a paper airplane and sails it across the room. He then asks if they have maps, and Cornelius pulls down a projector screen. Now, when you see this panel on the lower right, when Cornelius is pulling down this projector screen, it brings me back to being in school, and you hear that screen being pulled down, and you know, all right, it's nap time.
Right.
A few locations appear on the map, ape civilizations, which include the jungle, savanna, and desert. Then there's the Forbidden Zone, which he tells them that's where he came from. And now Cornelius vetoes this whole thing. Okay, all right, if you're going to start mentioning the Forbidden Zone, this is all over. But Zira says, but what about your theory? The existence of someone like Taylor might prove it. And Cornelius thinks that ape evolved from a lower order of primate, possibly man. And in his trip to the Forbidden Zone, he discovered traces of culture older than recorded time. In the movie, it was Zaius who was going on about all of this. He's finding traces of an older culture. But now here they're giving all that credit to Cornelius.
Well, I had always thought in the movie that he had some ideas about that. That's why he was kind of in trouble they talk about him being in trouble for something he did before, right? Along these lines, and heresy.
Yeah, he'd gone to the Forbidden Zone, but I don't think he had pulled traces the way that Zaius had seen,
right?
Like the talking dolls and such. So I think Zaius was one step ahead of Cornelius.
Okay.
All right, then there's a knock at the door. And who's at the door? It's a very bell-shaped Zaius, and he's with Dr. Maximus, Commissioner of Animal Affairs. In the film, he was more of a Zaius clone. Here he's wearing a whole different outfit, whole different look than Zaius. But in the film, everyone looked like Dr. Zaius, but his makeup wasn't as heavy as Dr. Zaius. And when you see the film again, you look at Dr. Maximus, you can tell he only has like half of the makeup applied. Now Maximus is up in arms about Taylor, and he's wondering why this animal, he's in their apartment, but yet he's off a leash. This can't stand. So
Yeah.
Zaius then finds the airplane, which Zira tells him is a toy that floats in the air. And Zaius crushes it and throws it on the floor. And what does he say?
Utter nonsense, my dear. Good day.
See, that's why we keep you around.
Right.
All right, later, Taylor is in a cell. The guards talk about taking him over to surgery to geld him. To geld him, Kevin.
That's nuts. I
No.
mean, sorry.
I see what you did, but look at Taylor's eyes. They
Yeah.
spring open at the mention of geld him.
Yeah, he's like, oh no, you don't.
Oh no, not on this astronaut. You're not going to.
No, this banana and coconuts are staying right where they.
Kevin, you trying to get us an R rating?
I'm simply talking about produce.
Oh, okay. We'll keep it at that. And the guards wonder about the order since Zira wants him to mate. Like, wait, how can we geld him if Zira wants this guy to mate with Nova? And you know what? Taylor's like, yeah, hey guys, sorry, orders are orders.
Yes.
Where's Nova, by the way?
Yeah, why didn't we have what the heck? Oh, there, peeking her head. Right there she is, right there. She's
Yeah.
watching this whole thing go down. Hey, come back! Don't get gilded. Come back! Shriep, though. I'm trying to get over this shriep. I'm glad that he mentioned it was a whistle because I would have thought it was some sort of a sheep, but a street sheep or something. I don't know what shriep is, but here we go. Look, shriep.
That looks like Sasquatch from the $6 Million Man.
A little bit.
Now, as the guards move in, Taylor gives him a spap right in the jaw. And he grabs the keys and takes off.
Yeah, man, look at he's trucking. And this is just an action page, man. He's just running. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Well, Taylor's got a good sense of humor. He'd be making the same jokes I'd be making.
And he runs into a funeral, and the child rats him out. That's Gary Dubin. Or is it Gary Dubin?
I guess.
No, it's not. It's not Gary Dubin at all. Okay, we've gone over this. That's Felix Silla.
Well, that's a funeral. Yeah, that's a coffin. I don't remember it being a funeral in the movie, but maybe it was.
Oh yeah, it was a funeral.
Okay.
Now, police whistles sound off as he escapes again and runs all over the city. And a guard calls out, "Use your net, Xeranus." I can't pronounce this. I'm having a really hard time pronouncing these names today. What's his name? Xerneas. Well, that's the name.
I'm not even going to attempt because I'm.
Yeah, that's the name of an ape, Xerneas. Now, the guard, or is it Spider-Man? I don't know. Throws the net and misses Taylor. Looks like Spider-Man's going thwip.
Flip. Yeah, it is. It's Marvel, so.
Yeah, that's very true.
They can borrow their words.
You know, maybe this is part of the Spider-Verse.
More shrieping.
Now, Taylor races up a large flight of stairs and over a narrow bridge.
Uh-oh. Now he's done for.
Yeah. He leaps down on a guard and steals his horse with a "Giddy up, Silver." They didn't just do that, did they? Did they just do that?
Yes, they did.
Oh,
Giddy up! But I like the flying through the air here. That's good. And then somehow turns into a punch.
I was really debating about putting that part in, but I think all the apes have got to know that he actually said "Giddy up, Silver." Now, as Taylor races down the street, he is captured in a net, but he gets himself free and runs into the museum. And to his horror, who or what does he see? All right, Kevin, we got to go there. Kevin. He sees Dodge. Dodge's head is on a wall.
A trophy. In the movie, it was kind of like just like a wax museum kind of setup, right? Like the full, but they actually put him up on a plaque.
This is morbid. I'm not sure if Marvel was going off of a script draft. I
A
don't know why, because
synopsis.
at this point, the film has been out for a number of years, and I'm sure they could have gone to Fox. They couldn't get it on Blu-ray or VHS or even streaming. But oh my goodness, what? Why go this route when we're
I
trying to
agree.
sell this to kids? Then, as a whistle blows again, he runs out of the museum and is finally captured and hoisted up in a net. Zara tries to intervene, but the guards say that he is now in the custody of the Ministry of Science. And with that, Taylor finally speaks.
Oh my gosh. No, 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 no. Well, obviously they couldn't put it on the cover, but they got to use the D word.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape!
And a glow appears over every ape in the area as they realize this damn dirty human can speak. Oh, he can speak. This changes everything.
Who's scruffy looking?
Exactly. The end.
Dun dun dun.
Next issue, the trial. This whole issue is just going to be just nonstop talking. don't look forward to any action in this next issue. It's all going to be one court case.
But this one was very action packed, and it's gonna be like a yin and yang, right? You're gonna have all the action in this issue, the next issue, just
Mhm.
just talking.
All right, Kevin, what is your favorite part of this issue here? As we're going through it, what part really stuck out to you that you thought, hey, this is fun, or not fun, or just memorable?
I like the horse thievery. That
Hmm.
was good. That was flying through the air. There, I like the sound effects. They were very creative with their sound effects, as creative as I thought they were on the original '60s Batman series. And was one of the reasons I tuned into that. It wasn't just the Batman. I really do like the creative use of the word sound effects. Pow, biff. Look at that.
Crack,
Shrack,
attack, Sharak.
attack, crack.
Hmm.
So A+ there.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go to the previous page here. This part
Oh,
with Dodge that just
Dodge.
creeps me out. So I wouldn't say it's a favorite part, but it's something that when people ask about this third issue, this is what I'm going to think
Right.
of.
This is what stands. Okay.
Dodge's head up on a plaque. That is just not right. That's just
No.
creepy.
And all I can think about is the crazy sound effects and him flying through the air.
They seem to overuse the shriek sound effect.
Well, that's the whistle. I wonder how that conversation went around the office. Hey, Larry, what is a whistle? If you're going to write a whistle, how would you write that?
Yeah, there was an overnight meeting on that one there too.
Right. How we did it. How did they do it? How in the world did they do it?
All right. Well, you know what? More homework for us to do for the next issue, next episode.
Ask Virgil.
Oh, is that a sneak preview to APE-ril?
I think if we're going to have a going April, how can we have it without Virgil?
Exactly. Maybe a battle of the Planet of the Apes reunion.
Something.
I'm getting ahead of myself. All right.
Mhm.
Kevin, let's wrap up this exciting wang bang shriek episode of Talking Apes. Now, the next few episodes will be out a little bit more regularly now that summer is over and we can get back to our regular schedule. And if you want to follow along, please do. You can go to the YouTube channel and follow along with us. Now, we want you to also check out Rob Dellinger, who composed the theme to Talking Apes, and please check out Rob's band at alpharhythmkings.com. For more vintage apes news and stories, go to Simeon Scrolls at pota.goatly.com. Kevin, are you ready for this next part?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, I want you to do it as the Booth Coleman Zays.
Oh.
Okay?
Oh my.
All right, here we go. Kevin, are you ready?
Ready.
We are part of the Skywalking Network.
Skynet.
Awesome. Where you can find other great shows like the Max Effects Podcast, the Neverland Clubhouse, Totally Tell Me Everything, Star Wars Ologies, and Collectopolis on our YouTube channel. You can also check out today in Star Wars history while you're over there,
Mhm.
and our flagship show, Skywalking Through Neverland. So, until next time, this is Richard.
And this is Kevin.
And this is Kevin. Zayas.
Now, go,
Go
Ape. And here we go. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. Oh, I didn't have my microphone either. Oh.